My name is John, and I am a lonely paramedic. Day in and day out, I navigate the bustling city streets, responding to emergencies with a sense of duty that fuels my existence. It's a job that demands not only physical strength, but also emotional resilience. Amidst the chaos and pain, I strive to bring comfort and healing to those in need. My journey as a paramedic began when I was a young boy. I was fascinated by medical traumas on television, watching with wide-eyed wonder as doctors and paramedics rushed to save lives. I knew deep down that this was the path I wanted to take. As I grew older, my determination only grew stronger. I pursued my education, earning my EMT certification, and eventually becoming a fully licensed paramedic. The first time I stepped into an ambulance, the weight of responsibility settled upon my shoulders. Every siren blaring, every patient's cry for help became a part of my being. I became intimately acquainted with the fragility of life, witnessing the anguish of families torn apart by tragedy. It was in those moments that I understood the immense value of my role. I wasn't just a paramedic. I was a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Each day on the job is unpredictable, and I've come to accept that chaos is my constant companion. From car accidents to heart attacks, overdoses to childbirths, I've witnessed the full spectrum of human suffering. I've held the hands of the dying, whispered words of encouragement to the frightened, and fought tirelessly to save every precious life that crossed my path. But amidst the chaos, I find solace in the small victories, the moments when I arrive just in time to revive a fading heartbeat or bring a new life into the world. Those moments remind me of the importance of what I do. The weight of the world may press upon me, but it is the smiles of gratitude and the tearful embraces of reunited families that keep me going. Outside of my work, however, the reality of my solitude is stark. The long hours and unpredictable shifts have taken their toll on my personal life. Relationships have come and gone, unable to withstand the strain of my commitment to others. Friends have faded away, unable to comprehend the emotional toll that this profession exacts. In the quiet moments between calls, I often find myself grappling with a profound sense of loneliness, longing for a connection that seems perpetually out of reach. Yet I continue to persevere. The knowledge that I make a difference in people's lives, even if it's just for a fleeting moment, fuels my spirit. The bonds I form with my fellow paramedics, forged in the crucible of shared experiences, provide a semblance of belonging. And so I press on, driven by a passion to serve, to heal, and to be the lifeline that others desperately need. As the sirens wail and I race toward yet another scene of distress, I am reminded of the fragility of life and the resiliency of the human spirit. In this relentless pursuit to save lives, I find purpose. And though the road may be arduous and the weight of my solitude heavy, I will continue to stand tall as a lonely paramedic, a guardian angel in the shadows, forever ready to answer the call. As the call came through, piercing through the quiet of the ambulance station, I swiftly made my way to the awaiting vehicle. The details were scarce, but urgency hung heavy in the dispatcher's voice. A motorcycle accident, they said, involving a young man in critical condition. Without hesitation, I embarked on yet another race against time. As the ambulance careened through the city streets, my mind focused on the task at hand. Assess, stabilize, save. Those were the words that echoed in my mind, drowning out the blaring sirens and the cacophony of the outside world. I prepared myself for the sight that awaited me, mentally bracing for the chaos and devastation that often accompanied such incidents. Upon arrival, the scene unfolded before my eyes. The motorcycle lay mangled on the asphalt, a twisted heap of metal and rubber. Concerned onlookers gathered, their faces etched with worry and shock. And there, lying motionless, was the young man who had captured my attention even in his unconscious state. He was undeniably handsome, with strong features and a youthful glow that seemed to cling to him despite the circumstances. His dark hair was tousled, framing a face that would have turned heads even in the midst of a crowded room. I couldn't help but steal glances, my gaze fixated on his tranquil expression. But I quickly reminded myself of the severity of the situation. I had a job to do, lives to save. With a surge of professionalism, I snapped into action. Assessing his vital signs, I detected a weak pulse and shallow breathing. My training kicked in, and I directed my team to administer life-saving interventions. As we worked tirelessly to stabilize him, my eyes occasionally wandered back to his face. It wasn't merely his physical attractiveness that captivated me. There was a vulnerability in his unconscious state that stirred something within me. Beneath the external facade, there was a story waiting to be unraveled, a life full of dreams, hopes, and struggles. In the midst of the chaos, I couldn't help but wonder about the people who cared for him, the loved ones whose hearts would sink upon hearing the news of his accident. It was a poignant reminder that even the most seemingly invincible among us could be brought to their knees by life's unexpected twists. As we finally prepared to transport him to the hospital, I felt a strange connection to this stranger lying before me. Perhaps it was the fragility of life that had momentarily blurred the line between professional duty and personal emotion. But I knew deep down that my primary focus was to save his life and give him the chance to continue his journey, whatever it may be. And so, with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation, I secured his stretcher into the ambulance. As we sped towards the hospital, the sirens wailing in harmony with the racing thoughts in my mind, I couldn't help but hope that the young man's story would not end here, that there would be a future where he could share his smile and his vibrant presence with the world. But life, I knew all too well, could be unpredictable and merciless. It held the power to shatter dreams and rewrite destinies in an instant. As the ambulance lights flashed against the passing buildings, I prepared myself for what lay ahead, my heart carrying a flicker of hope amidst the uncertainty. Days turned into weeks as the young man fought for his life in the sterile confines of the hospital. The accident had left him battered and broken, his body succumbing to the severity of his injuries. Surgeons worked tirelessly to repair the damage, and his loved ones stood by his side, clinging to hope as they waited for a sign of his return to consciousness. In the dimly lit hospital room, I would visit him during my breaks, my eyes lingering on his motionless form, tubes and wires snaked around his body, monitoring his vital signs and providing the support he needed to survive. Despite the absence of consciousness, his face seemed serene, as if he were locked in a deep, healing slumber. I would sit beside his bed, holding his hand, offering words of encouragement that he couldn't hear. I spoke of his resilience, of the strength that lay within him. I whispered promises of a future filled with possibilities, hoping that somehow in the recesses of his unconscious mind, my words would reach him and stir a flicker of response. The days blurred together, a cycle of medical interventions, family visits, and the constant hum of hospital activity. The young man's condition remained stable, his body gradually healing from the trauma it had endured. And though he didn't awaken, signs of progress began to emerge. A twitch of a finger, a flutter of eyelids, tiny signals that sparked a glimmer of hope within me. The medical team closely monitored his brain activity, searching for any signs of neurological response. Specialists consulted, sharing their expertise and theories on his condition. They spoke of the delicate balance between life and death, of the mysteries that lay within the human mind. There were no definitive answers, only the relentless pursuit of understanding and the unyielding dedication to providing the best care possible. As the days turned into weeks, I witnessed the profound strength of the human spirit. The young man's loved ones remained by his side, unwavering in their support, and unwavering in their support, and unwavering in their belief that he would emerge from the shadows of unconsciousness. They shared stories, laughter, and tears, recounting cherished memories as if trying to breathe life into their recollections. And through it all, I continued my vigil, a silent companion to his journey. I watched over him, willing him to wake up, to reclaim the life that had been momentarily stolen from him. I shared in the frustrations and disappointments, the setbacks and the fleeting moments of progress. Each day, I saw the impact of his absence on those who loved him, a reminder that life's tapestry is intricately woven with the threads of our connections. But still, he remained in the realm between wakefulness and slumber, caught in a limbo that defied our understanding. The medical team remained cautiously optimistic, their expertise tempered by the humbling recognition of life's unpredictability. They assured us that healing took time, that the journey toward recovery was unique for each individual. And so, the young man's story continued to unfold, his presence a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit. We waited, suspended in a delicate balance of hope and acceptance, longing for the day when his eyes would open and his spirit would rejoin the world. As the weeks turned into months, a profound connection began to develop within me. The countless hours spent at the young man's bedside, the shared moments of vulnerability and hope, had woven a bond that transcended the boundaries of professional duty. In the depths of my heart, I realized that I had fallen in love with him. It was a love born out of empathy and admiration for his resilience. In his stillness, I saw a fighter, a spirit that refused to yield to the grasp of darkness. I cherished every flicker of response, every subtle movement that hinted at his return to consciousness.
And as I held his hand, my own heart beat in sync with his, yearning for the day when he would open his eyes and recognize the love that had grown within me.
But in the quiet moments of introspection, doubts crept into my mind. Was it fair to fall in love with a patient, someone who was yet to wake from the realm of unconsciousness? Was it a selfish act driven by my own longing for connection and companionship amidst the stark reality of my own solitude. I grappled with the complexity of my emotions, torn between the deep love I felt and the ethical boundaries that guided my profession. I sought solace in the support of my fellow healthcare professionals, confiding in them the unspoken truth that had taken root within me. They listened with understanding, acknowledging the intricate tapestry of emotions that often weaved itself within the demanding world of healthcare. They reminded me of the power of human connection, of the capacity for love to bring light into even the darkest corners of our existence. And so, I continued to care for him, tending to his needs with unwavering devotion. I poured my heart into each interaction, gently stroking his cheek, whispering words of love and encouragement into his ear, even though he couldn't hear me. I wove stories of the life we could share together, the dreams we could pursue once he returned to the land of the living. But deep down, I knew that this love came with its own set of challenges. It was an unrequited love, one that could only find fulfillment if he were to awaken and reciprocate my feelings. I was prepared to face the possibility that he might never regain consciousness, that our love story would remain forever suspended in the realm of what could have been. As the seasons changed, I remained steadfast in my commitment. I watched as his body continued to heal, as the medical team tirelessly worked to unravel the mysteries of his condition. I saw the flicker of hope in their eyes, a shared belief that miracles could happen, that the power of love could transcend the boundaries of science. And so as I sit by his side, holding his hand and gazing into his peaceful face, I am filled with both love and uncertainty. I am aware of the delicate balance between professional duty and personal longing, between the realm of what is expected and the realm of what is expected, and the realm of what my heart desired. But for now, I choose to embrace this love, to hold on to the hope that one day he will open his eyes and we will embark on a journey that transcends the confines of a hospital room. As the sun cast its warm rays into the hospital room, illuminating the space with a renewed sense of hope, a miracle unfolded before my eyes. The young man who had been trapped in the depths of unconsciousness for what felt like an eternity finally began to stir. It was a moment of sheer disbelief and overwhelming joy. His eyes fluttered open, revealing a mixture of confusion and curiosity. A surge of emotions flooded my heart as I witnessed his awakening. I stood there, awestruck and grateful, witnessing the resurrection of a life that I had held so dear in my heart. With a gentle smile, I approached his bedside, his gaze fixated on my face. I introduced myself, reminding him of the countless hours I had spent by his side, tending to his needs and whispering words of encouragement. His eyes sparkled with recognition, as if a fleeting memory of our connection had been etched in his consciousness. In the days that followed, our friendship blossomed, forged in the fires of adversity and shared experiences. We spent hours talking, recounting the moments he missed, the battles he fought within the confines of his unconscious mind. He shared his dreams, his aspirations, and the profound gratitude he felt for the unwavering support he had received. I, too, opened my heart to him, sharing the depths of my love and the journey we had both traversed. We laughed together, finding solace in the lightheartedness that comes from embracing life's newfound blessing. And through it all, our friendship grew, intertwining our lives in a way that I could have never imagined. In each other's presence, we found strength and understanding. We supported one another as we navigated the complexities of his recovery, celebrating each milestone and finding comfort in the knowledge that we were not alone in this journey. Our bond transcended the conventional boundaries of patient and healthcare provider, evolving into a profound connection built on trust, empathy, and shared vulnerability. Together, we faced the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that the path to full recovery would be marked by both triumphs and setbacks. I stood by his side as he relearned the simple tasks that had once come effortlessly to him. We celebrated his first steps, his resurgent laughter, and the gradual rekindling of his zest for life. Our friendship became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, genuine connections have the power to heal and inspire. We encouraged one another to embrace the beauty of each day, to find joy in the simple pleasures that life offers. As the chapters of our intertwined lives unfolded, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the unexpected love that had brought us together. It was a love that had transcended the realms of romance, weaving itself into the fabric of our friendship, nurturing us with its pure and unconditional essence. And as we walked side by side, navigating the uncertainties of life, our bond only grew stronger. We became each other's pillars of strength, the unwavering support that propelled us forward. Together, we discovered the transformative power of love, in all its forms, to heal and restore.